For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
It's no secret the real estate market can be a little tricky to figure out. In the Oklahoma City area, you need the experts at the Erhardt Group to guide you. We're one of the top-rated real estate teams in all of Oklahoma. We can help you buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And we've got a dedicated farm and ranch division too. The Erhardt Group, for all your Oklahoma real estate needs, and proud to be a sponsor of the Simtrax Racing broadcast.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Simtrax Broadcast, and we come here to you live at the Michigan International Speedway. 2 miles this course is going to be, as we got a bunch of drivers out there trying to get some solid times down here for tonight. But it's going to be a rough one for sure, as many drivers trying to find where they work into this pile here for the Erhardt Group 200. Joining alongside me here tonight will be Stellar Stella, and I appreciate you joining me with Robert Rader, Tay McDonald, and Logan Romney right now sitting 1, 2, and 3. What's your outlook on the beginning part of this race?
Well, I'm looking at last time they were here at Michigan. Rader, I would have to say, is the favorite. He won. Travis Gilbert came in second, and Wreckage came in third. Now, he, of course, is our race control now, but my heavens, we're having a little bit of trouble on our visuals out there tonight, but I think we're going to have a nice race.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try to see what we can get going here. Definitely a little different little change-ups we're running here at Simtrax. We are going to be broadcasting only to YouTube to pick up the video bit rate to try to assist with viewing for things to look a heck of a lot better out there. Stella, what are you noticing a little different? Is it on our end?
I believe so. It's just not out there to the public, but my screen is boop.
Sweet. I like the way that goes. All right, let's take a quick look at our race info here for tonight for the Erhardt Group 200. 100 laps. That stage, of course, will be at lap 22. 5 sets of tires down the pit and no fast repairs. Little unusual. I would expect probably a fast repair, seeing that we are kind of at a super speedway track, but that's not going to make any sort of a difference. These guys just got to be a little more careful. No extra lifeline for them here tonight. Temperature on the track will be 110 degrees, and it should be a great one here, especially for some of the drivers, and figure out how they're going to get. And we'll talk about the championship points a little bit later tonight, but first, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup. We got a bunch of them. Robert Rader and Travis Gilbert will be starting in the front row. Tay McDonald sitting third. Logan Romney gets bumped out of the top 3 spot. He'll be fourth. Trevor Keith will be sitting fifth next to Justice Murphy, sitting in that 6th position. And starting row number 4 will be Caleb Gilbert and Tyler Harrison. Jeremy Burns will in the number 9 machine, starting 9th next to Alex Bourget. Good top 10 start for him. Let's see how he can go starting off here tonight for the top 10. Now, Trevor Erhardt right outside, sitting 11th. Dylan Smoot will be 12th. Moving on from the back of the field here is where we start shifting back. It goes farther than this. James Loveland and Michael Bennett, Grant Thorpe, and John Fike will make up our rows here in the back of 7 and 8. Starting 9th will be in Parker Johnson and Jeffrey Israel in that 9th row. 10th row will be Brandon Dunford and Matthew Robinson. Very unusual to see the number 1 machine starting so far back, so Performance Motorsports actually going to be hurting pretty bad here, especially with Nick Alves being out tonight. I already see you out there in the chat rooting on your teammates. I bet you they could use a spot here tonight. Blake Cook and Devin Hudgens will be 21st and 22nd. Kevin Orlando's 23rd, and Christopher Schaefer will be our 24th driver. Wrote to the very final few drivers. Jacob Surkovich in the number 2, sitting in that 25th spot next to John Mankowski. See J-Man out there, but we'll get him squared away. Grant Turner is sitting 27th next to Daniel Holloway. Ted Rekich, of course, he is out there as our RC tonight. We'll look to see if Wayne Lowe and Zach Hanna are able to take the wheel here tonight. I believe Wayne Lowe, yes. Zach Hanna in the 87 Toyota, I think not. So we'll see who does that. I believe Zach Hanna was our trouble last race. He actually started a little bit late, but he'll be fighting that one on through. But we'll see how this gets underway. Stella, we are looking at a lot of drivers here. They're going to be trying to prove a lot of things here tonight. And I'm very, very curious to see if this is going to really take advantage of the points race here tonight, as a little money's on the line.
Yeah, from what I understand, we've got $25 going to the winner, as long as the winner is a first-time winner this season.
First-time winner, so it can't be somebody who's already won here, and this obviously a win would help break some of these guys into the playoffs. So this is going to be huge for some of the drivers trying to make their lucky break here and finally get in, as obviously the season is starting to wind down pretty well here. We are seeing how that back row is going to be in a lot of trouble here, but let's get this one underway. I think we're about to go green. Look at that stack of cars here, Stella, looking damn good right now. Green flag is out. Robert Rader is going to take off on this one. Tay McDonald will be sitting right behind him. Travis Gilbert sitting on the outside line. And when I race this track, I know for sure outside line will be the stronger one to hold for the tires. But Rader with a huge breakaway here. Look how Travis Gilbert gets the speed from the outside, rotating on through to some of our other drivers out there. Trevor Keith right now 5th, looking to see if he can battle alongside. It looks like the 15 machine on the inside, and Logan Romney in the number 3 Chevrolet on the outside. Definitely having a hard time here in the front, and Rader with so much clean air out front, he's enjoying all that. As they come around to complete lap number 1, a couple of drivers have shuffled a little bit. Erhardt's picked up 3 already, sitting in that 8th position for the outside line. He's picking up some pace here, and Stella, he's up 4 positions now. It looks like he is not slowing down at all. He probably got a terrible qualifying position. He's trying to get his way back to the front.
Yeah, we wish him good luck on that. So he's had some rough times, but ooh, we are 3 wide.
Yep, Trevor Erhardt taking it 3 wide there, pushing, it looks like Trevor Keith up toward the top, sliding underneath Tyler Harrison in the 45 Toyota there. Now he's going to take on Justice Murphy. So right now, Trevor Erhardt may be super fast out here, but I just don't know if that is the right call here. Trevor Erhardt on the move, definitely for sure, but are the tires going to burn off here? Are we going to have some trouble later on here in the run? And what is going to end up being any sort of a problem here could be definitely possible. But I'm not sure what this may entail here. We'll see if this becomes any sort of a problem here. Let's see if we can take another peek here as we fight alongside on the bottom, almost 4 wide. Alex Forget, full send here on the bottom. Right now, Alex Forget in the 19 machine capitalizes 7th position for him moving on through. And it looks like Alex Forget in the, oh my gosh, picking up 3 spots. And now his Toyota and Tyler's Toyota are front to back here. But here comes Trevor Keith on the outside. Very, very fast here as drivers are getting up around 206 miles an hour. You got to admit, as these drivers are side by side here, Stella, I'm a little curious to see how long they can hold this kind of racing out.
Oh, I think with some of the practice and penalties that are going to be enforced on some extra cautions, we should look really good tonight.
Yeah, definitely hoping for a good run here from the drivers. I'd like to see a new driver get up there. If Logan Romney's able to open it up here, win him some money. I don't think he's participated in enough of this season for a win and you're in. So a couple of drivers still looking for that shot as Travis Gilbert battling for the lead here. See the 53 give a little wiggle. Travis Gilbert onto the bottom. Seeing if he can press his luck. Yeah, buddy. Take that Vet to Track machine right up into the Chapman Environmental Services. Ford on the outside right now. Travis, he's not afraid at all. Right now, Travis Gilbert has been bumped around and banged around by Robert Rader all season, and I think he's getting ready to drum something up and feed it right back to him here. As right now, the top 4 is unchanged. Rader, Gilbert, McDonald, and Romney remain in the same positions. The only person to move inside that top 5 would be Justice Murphy, who's following right behind Logan Romney here, and so far looking good from the number 12 Chevrolet of the All About Bugs machine. Seeing if he can figure out how to come out with another win here this season. He's been working on it very, very diligently. But it's just so hard, and with these super speedways, Stella, I'm not seeing where this is going to, make or break anybody's life here tonight, as so many drivers are going to be pushing their way here toward the front, and early on is what we're obviously seeing.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about the early on push. I mean, we've got a stage caution, so why they would be jockeying quite so much right now is a little beyond me. I would try to get the feel of the track a little bit more, get the feel of who you're around, and but right now they're looking beautiful.
Yeah, that they are, as these guys are shuffling around right now. The top 10 is the place to be as everybody's mashing it up. Trevor Erhardt was pretty fast up there, has dropped back down to 11th spot, so it looks like everybody else has gotten the tires back underneath of him here and pushing back to the front. Gilbert now leads this race. Robert Rader will be sitting second. Justice Murphy, with a couple of good moves here, slides up to third, and we are under caution, as I believe a little trouble back here with, I believe, John Fike may have been in a bit of a wreck. Looks like Wayne Lowe's slide coming in a little late. I think something happened between Jacob Surkovich, Daniel Holloway, John Fike, and Grant Turner.
My heavens.
Yeah, this definitely involved a bunch of cars here. Holloway looks like he's still in one piece. So we'll kind of see what happened to Daniel Holloway here. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, boy, this actually starts way up further. Trying to see who our driver is. It looks like John Fike might have gotten turned. See if we can find another angle of Fike here. Ooh, loose on the outside, and Blake Cook finishes him off here. Slams into Kevin Orlando. Holy cow, this takes out so many drivers. Surkovich blasted. Holloway never saw anything coming. Something clips him on the right rear here.
And Red squeaked right through the middle.
Yeah, that was pretty wild here right now. John Fike getting the most of the damage here. Drivers coming down pit road now. And they're going to start shuffling it up here for absolutely certain here. So let's talk about some of our drivers that are coming down pit. Rader and Romney. Some notable ones here in the front are coming down. Burns, Jeffrey Israel, John Fike, Kevin Orlando, Christopher Schaefer, Jacob Sarkovich coming down. John Mankowski, Wayne Lowe coming down, Grant Turner, and Daniel Holloway are working their way down pit. So that is going to leave our top 17 drivers are not pitting here right now. So far, I was, kind of taking a peek at it here. The amount of distances these guys are going to drive, you want to fix the damage now. The aerodynamic package here has got to be so finite that the only way to maintain any sort of serious and for certain speed is they have got to really consider what they're doing here later on here in the run. They've got to think, all right, am I going to make enough fuel to reach the stage? And that may be what we're seeing here is guys coming down for a scheduled pit stop to stretch that fuel run out to the end. And Stella, that's kind of what I'm hoping here is the drivers getting locked and loaded here at the beginning of pit road. I believe Justice Murphy might consider it here. Trevor Keith, Tay McDonald will be right behind him. And do they decide to come in? They do not. They decide to stay out.
At stage at lap 22.
Yeah.
Are we really working gas tonight that they're going to have to worry about that?
Possibly.
Wow.
Possibly. I'm figuring 22 laps or at least fight 44 miles.
Okay.
And only riding about, I believe, 50% fuel here. They may be cutting it close. Seeing that we have caution laps, this could be a gutsy move here. Let's see. So we'll see how this goes. Travis Gilbert and Trevor Keith will be starting side by side on this one. And Justice Murphy will be starting next to Alex Forget. Right now, checking out there in the chat. Looks like it's lighting up there a little bit. Jessica out there is rooting on somebody out there. Come on, J-Man is what Timmy's saying. Douglas Ross, appreciate you joining me out there, buddy. I'll be hanging out with you tomorrow at the exact same track, different league. Be here in the booth with me so you guys can tune in to Simtrax Broadcasting again for the Doghouse Racing League. Timmy's up. Timmy, you gotta stop betting money here, buddy. This ain't working for you. He says Blake Cook needs to go to the back of the pack, and I know every time you and I battle about who goes to the back of the pack, Fike was sideways before Blake Cook caught him there, so I would probably say it's a racing incident here for Fike getting caught up in a pretty big scuffle here. A couple of drivers are a lap down, Grant Turner and Jacob Sarkovich. The 06 Chevrolet and the 18 Chevrolet, they'll be in the back of the pack here. I think Sarkovich might be working his way back down pit. Boy, he almost missed that one. All right, let's get this one back underway.
Good thing there weren't barrels there.
Yeah, well, right now. Hopefully not. Terry Hudgens out there is kind of gambling on 9 cautions. I'm hoping not. Seeing these guys went 2-3 wide, no problem earlier on here in the run. Travis Gilbert and Justice Murphy getting taken off here, really doing a fantastic job. Really putting the distance on these drivers. Now, Justice Murphy and Jacob Sarkovich are out there with BDE here tonight, and I'm sure they would like to find another driver to help them out here. But right now, that's good separation here. I want to rotate to the back with one of our biggest movers here, Matthew Robinson. Right now, that number 1 machine is on a roll here. And he's putting on the moves. Oh, no. Already looked like we had some trouble there. Tyler Harrison looked like he made contact with the wall. Harrison now rubbing alongside of Trevor Erhardt. Erhardt, I guarantee, is screaming on the radio, "Get off me!" And Matthew Robinson squeaking away, gaining 14 positions here. So not too bad. Let's keep an eye here on the pack where there seems to be some trouble. Tyler Harrison might be fighting some damage to the right front of his car. He slammed into that wall super hard there after the contact made with Trevor Keith. Not looking too good for some of the drivers out there. Boy, especially not Tyler Harrison. I hate to see him smack that wall. So far, he's been on the downslope here, almost 3-4 wide. Devin Hudgens gives him a nudge, almost rear ends him. That was close. I think the 84 machine didn't expect him to be slowing up that much. Let's see if I can find a little something out there where we can take a peek at his car. Yeah, he's got some damage to the right front of that machine. And remember, Stella, what I was saying about aerodynamic damage, that's going to cost him here with the contact that he had with Trevor Keith.
Well, maybe he can get a few seconds in at that stage caution, fix that up a little bit.
Boy, he's gonna need it though. So obviously the still gonna have to figure it out here. I know we're still fighting a little technical difficulties here, but I think it's still broadcasting to you guys fantastic out there. Definitely trying to make sure we give a good view here. Right now, we're taking a look at that front spot where it looks like Justice Murphy is battling alongside Tay McDonald, and you wouldn't believe, check this out. That's Travis Gilbert. Gilbert is driving off of this one. Let's take a look off the back bumper here.
Wow.
Yeah, right now, Travis, normally you need a good bit of draft here to get away, but that does not seem to be the case. As right now, Travis Gilbert with a huge lead here, at least almost half a second. Now it's getting cut down. Tay McDonald all of a sudden open and wide open here. The 26 Ford really kicking in. Wonder what's getting into him right now. Tay McDonald, I would probably say here, Stella, right now, if there's somebody with a chip on their shoulder tonight, it's going to be Tay.
Well, I think he's maybe just finding out the secret is, what Raiders showed him out front, away from everybody. You stay out of the mix of trouble and mess.
Yeah. Tay McDonald definitely looking to shake it off here. Last lap time was a 39.04. Whoa. Yeah, right now he's one of the faster guys out here on the track. So far, so good. Keeping it rolling, though.
Yeah, fastest official lap on this track is only a 36.09. Set by Kevin Harvick in 18.
Oh, wow.
So he's cooking.
You can definitely tell. Like I said, hopefully Tay is able to clean it up here tonight. I know he's been in a whole bunch of trouble. And he's been in a whole bunch of trouble trying to figure out how to kind of make up the gap here. He's been just absolutely obliterated race after race. And I would say I don't think Tay's driving out of his league here, but he is. I think he's getting bumped around pretty well here, and we're about to watch Justice Murphy take a peek here on that inside. Right now, looking pretty good.
His own.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find Tay. We're taking a look out his driver window here. So it looks like Justice Murphy might pass him here. Both these guys side by side, all about Bugs' machine. Going to have to back it up just a little bit there. He falls down. Looks like Matthew Robinson's going to make up that gap. Tried to use a little too much door draft there and almost scrubs Justice. Justice actually going to have a better line here on the bottom. But if Matthew Robinson rotates the top of this turn well, he will come out with a lot more speed. And he does. Here it comes down the backstretch. This is the battle for third. On the way past Matthew Robinson goes. Justice Murphy will dial back in behind him and go ahead and live to fight another day. Let's rotate on back where Parker Johnston is moving up about 7 positions here, following alongside Trevor Erhardt. So far, so good for Tire Slane Racing out there. Right now Trevor Erhardt has some help. Unfortunately, last week, I believe a couple of those guys got blown to bits, if I'm not mistaken, Stella.
Oh, almost everybody got blown to bits in the last few weeks.
Well, it was a lot better there at Richmond than it was the previous season. Oh, no. We're taking a look at the 48 sliding down the track. Almost comes back up and clips Raider here. Now he's got to know Romney. And Parker, man, just as we had our eyeballs on him, we see him kind of messing up here. Right now, James Loveland has promised Nick Alves a win here tonight. So James Loveland back in the 02 Chevrolet with a normal paint scheme. No Nick Alves face on the face of that machine. Keep rolling on through here. Let's see if we can take a ride along with James Loveland here. And he's following behind the number 56 of Brandon Dunford. Dunford at least has some help here tonight. Looks like Devin Hudgens and Dylan Smoot both here tonight. Boy, look how close Loveland gets to that wall. Right now, the Black Rifle Coffee Machine, number 48, sitting there on the inside. Loveland's still working it here, trying to see if he can clear him. Looks like Parker's still trying to hold on to that spot. Loveland at least returning back to where he started here in the race. 13th position it is, and still back and forth these guys are going to go, Stella. And I don't know if where the cut break is here, where these guys are going to get out front as the stage almost comes to an end.
I was just going to say, well, we'll find out, because they're battling right now to find out where they're going to restart in about a half a lap.
Yeah, I would probably say a couple of drivers are going to fight for that extra position. I don't think Rader is going to get any stage points this time, as he's going to fire underneath Romney. I would probably say he's going to full send this one because he's got to get a couple more playoff points. He is already very, very comfortable as we move on front. Travis Gilbert, Tay McDonald, Matthew Robinson 1, 2, and 3, rotating on backward. Justice Murphy battles alongside Grant Thorpe. No can do. Doesn't get him here on lap 22. Now we keep rotating on around, but Stella, remember, they've got to finish lap 22 to get this stage. So moving on through. Still, I'm wondering, where does Grant Thorpe come in? He comes in right off the wall, coming out of 2.
Yes.
Yeah, right now, Grant Thorpe, I'm sure he's kind of leaning here. He's probably not happy about clipping the wall there. So far, so good. I'm looking to see if anything from TriStar Motorsports can come up with something. Blake Cook in the back, and right now, Grant can use some help. Oh, almost gets nudged here by Justice Murphy. Whoa. Trevor Erhardt fights for, I believe, an 8th spot is where he ended up. Great job there by Grant. You saw him make contact there with Justice Murphy. Justice Murphy was not wanting to give up 5th spot.
No, but I'll tell you, Performance Motorsports is still making a nice showing tonight when you've got Alex Forget in 7th and Matthew Robinson in 3rd.
Yeah, not too bad, though.
Yeah, that's who Jessica out there, Let's Go Team. That's her team.
Ah.
That would be Forget's Bay.
Okay. Now, Matthew Robinson getting around here a couple more times. He is the biggest gainer here of the race so far. Up 17 positions.
Nice.
Yeah, not too bad. The only person to gain almost pretty close there is Daniel Holloway, the Candyman. He is up 12 positions in the 25 Ford here in the back. Now, remember, he did come down and pit originally on lap 8, fix some damage, because remember, he was in that last pileup.
Yes.
And never even saw it coming, and then kind of got clipped up with those guys. So Daniel Holloway will be fighting damage here on the track. And we'll kind of give it a little toss-up here and see how that goes. So our top 10 will be Travis Gilbert, Tay McDonald, Matthew Robinson, and Caleb Gilbert, Justice Murphy. 1 through 5. Finishing out the top 10 will be Grant Thorpe, Alex Forget, Trevor Erhardt, Dylan Smoot, not bad. Moving up 3 positions for that 9th spot, and Logan Romney beat out Robert Rader for the 10th position, so stage points go out to those guys. And we'll see how this fares here as pit road starts to heat up.
Heat up? That's scalding.
Yeah. A couple drivers already rolling their way on down. I'm more worried about Tyler Harrison right here and the damage he has to fix. So he right now sitting 23rd. He obviously knows he's got to fix that damage, because there's absolutely no way he can fight his way back onto the track and remain competitive without fixing that car. So 4 tires for most of our drivers out there, definitely gaining an advantage. Would be taking 2. I see Grant Turner decide to stay out. I think he's trying to get a wave around here.
I was wondering if anybody chose not to come down at this point.
Yeah. Right now, the only person I'm showing is Grant Turner. He did stay out. I don't think he's interested in gambling on another caution, trying to bring it back. As clumped up as these guys are getting, there's definitely that possibility. Definitely that possibility. So now we're going to shuffle up that top 10 here. Travis Gilbert, Tay McDonald, and Matthew Robinson do come out 1, 2, and 3. Smoot removes up to 9th. Well, Smoot up to 8th. Romney up to 9th. Loveland up to 10th. Rader loses time, drops down to 12th. Yeah, he's showing him about 2 seconds slower down pit road, or out of his pit box. Boy, I messed that pit up almost as bad as his team did here. All right, Stella, we can't decide the top 10 yet. Choose cone rule at the line. So we'll see how these guys, what line they decide to pick. do have to be below the line down at the bottom. Matthew Robinson, all 4 tires to make that pick.
Tell you, when they first came out with this, I was not, really on board. Mixing up. I mean, I saw people go from 6th place to 3rd place just on a decision of inside or outside line. But now it's kind of cool to shuffle up. Little extra strategy.
Yeah, well, we're speaking of strategy. Wayne Lowe and Alice Forget rejoin pit road. Yeah, kind of interesting here. It looked like Wayne Lowe was serving a drive-through.
Oh, no, not speeding.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Normally he has to stop in the box. Alice Forget is still down pit, working his way out now. I've always wondered, now that everybody has chosen and you come back down pit, where does he line up? So if Ted Rekich is out there listening, man, definitely help square that one away from me, because that's going to confuse me a little bit. Looks like Tay McDonald decides to stick with Travis Gilbert on the outside line. That's going to be a gutsy call. I like the way he thinks, though. Outside line definitely seems to be stronger at times. So the Go for Broke racing team will be starting on the outside line, and it looks like right now Nick Alves is probably jumping for joy, seeing that there are great points going for Matthew Robinson as he sits 2nd place. But bottom line for him, we're getting ready to get going. Barney's got the green flag out, and we are back underway, Stella, and we've only got 3/4 of this race left to go.
Yeah, if I remember right, anybody that's a lap down is single file on the inside lane.
Single file
where they end up.
Inside lane. Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, let's keep an eye on Grant Thorpe, as we saw how he clipped the wall coming out of 2 one time. We see him down there nudging the paint. Boy, Romney's loose. Romney trying to slide here on the inside. Now keep in mind, all of our drivers back on fresh tires again. Will this cause a problem for some of our drivers, knowing that they have that confidence of fresh rubber, or are they having to lay it back down much harder to get them to tack back up? Trevor Erhardt, you're breaking into the top 5 here. Remember, he had an early stint where he was super fast, but then fell off. I mean, very, very badly. I don't know if he ended up getting loose on the bottom line and then slid around and ended up filing to the back, but he's going to try to see if he can put something up there for the Erhardt team. For right now, sitting 5th. So far, so good for him. Moving on back, where Loveland is actually falling way back. Brandon Dunford working his way around him, and I'm sure Robert Rader's going to take a peek as well. Justice Murphy didn't have a real good pit there. 8th place, where he ended up squeezing out, and now here he is rotating on through. Oh, no, Loveland is blinked out. There he goes. Oh, my gosh. We almost lost Loveland. Oh, my gosh. Well, RC's got their eyeballs on him, and Stella, right now, the way the points race are going, this is starting to tighten up for some of the drivers out there.
Oh, points race, definitely. I think we even had a shift in leaders on the
oh, no! Justice Murphy's out. Look out.
Oh.
Brandon Dunford. And Justice Murphy. Something happened here. The number 12 machine is out of sorts as it brings out our 2nd caution of the night. It is showing the 3rd, but this is scheduled. We want to talk about points here with our drop races. Jeremy Burns, Caleb Gilbert, and Trevor Erhardt sitting 1, 2, and 3. Rader's been trying his best to fight all this whole season. He is up to 4th with Grant Thorpe sitting right behind him in 5th. Now remember, 16 drivers are our cutoff. Kevin Orlando, Nick Alves, Tay McDonald, Brandon Dunford, and Justice Murphy finish out our top 10. And the guys in the hot seat, Alice Forget, Trevor Keith, Matthew Robinson, Michael Bennett. But Bennett has a win, so he should be in and remain in. Jacob Sirkovich sits 15th, and James Loveland is 2 points above the line. So a few drivers in the hunt.
Finally in.
Yeah, a few drivers in the hunt. Parker Johnston has to have a great finish here tonight as he's 2 points below the line. Jeffrey Israel, Dylan Smoot, Wayne Lowe, Travis Gilbert, and Christopher Schaefer. These guys are here pretty close. Schaefer would need a pretty good amount of finishes. He's 53 points behind. And everybody else beyond that is outside the cutoff, unless I think some of these guys end up dying out there on the track. But Stella, let's go ahead and take a look at this yellow flag here and see kind of what got Justice Murphy spun around here. Oh, Justice got loose. No.
And who's that he took with him in
Brandon Dunford.
okay.
Yeah, I've got to admit, Dunford, fantastic job here. Look at it, and that's the thing, is lock it down. You're sliding. Bad things happen. Let's take a look at it again. Watch Dunford and everybody slice around him here.
Oh.
I mean, fantastic. I mean, Wayne Lowe actually avoiding something here for once. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Wayne, I'm just kidding, man. If you tune into this, I'm just poking fun. Oh, man. Well, Wayne Lowe, Wayne Lowe kind of has that Jeffrey Israel to him sometimes. Every time he goes out there, wrong place, wrong time, obliterated every time. So Wayne Lowe definitely shifting some things up. Ted Rekich out there saying no penalties were called for Wayne. It's a possible strategy call. So I see Wayne Lowe did come down pit, and it looks like a 5-second pit stall time, so maybe a quick splash of fuel there on lap 25. I didn't see him in his box. I thought he may have just gone as a pass-through, but appreciate the fix up there to tell me what the heck is going on out there on the track. Some of these guys definitely going to be shuffling it up here again as we get this one underway. Stella, I think now would be a fantastic time seeing that we're here for our second caution of the night. Tell me a little bit about Chapman Environmental Services, because they bring so much to the table here, and I really appreciate them, and the Racing Revolution as well as being the main sponsor here of the Racing Revolution League.
Sure, because Chapman Environmental Services can provide you with integrated environmental management and consulting services, including broad spectrum regulatory compliance, permitting, field sampling services, and more. If you're interested in what they can provide for you, visit ChapmanES.com.
Oh, yeah. Chapman Environmental Services. I love it. I love it. And definitely we'll make sure here at the end of the season we will give definitely a huge shout out to all of our sponsors. Especially want to thank the Erhardt Group here tonight. It does not go unnoticed at the end of your commercial saying sponsor of Simtrax broadcast. Now, I love it. I love it. Especially since Trevor doesn't work with me. He's over to Freaky Fast. But that's okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to see Trevor Erhardt continue on his role here so far. He'll be starting outside line behind Matthew Robinson after the choose cone choice here. It looks like both Travis and Caleb Gilbert, no relation. Both their Fords are sitting on the front row. This is going to be a great start here for some of these, for those two guys here in the front. And Stella, from what you're seeing so far, I mean, is there anything these guys look like they need to change up here?
From what I can see, no. They just work it, be consistent, be patient.
Pace car is off. Travis Gilbert.
These guys are bunched up really nice this week.
Yes. Well, RC has been definitely in their ear. They don't like people lagging back at all, because what that does is give a run off the back end for some of the guys who are in the hole. Speaking of in the hole, if I'm not mistaken, is that John Fike down here on the bottom? That he is, sending it 3 wide immediately. Right now it looks like is that the 18 machine of Jacob Sarkovich? It is. Sarkovich on his way back. Kevin Orlando trying to fight around John Fike here. I believe Fike is normally in the 09 Bucky's machine, but it looks like that is going to be a different paint scheme here tonight. Sim Racer Fike. All right, didn't miss that. That's a Dana on the side. Maybe I can't see it. All right, where's Jeremy Burns? I'm looking for the Mountain Man. Where's the Mountain Man at? Right now, there's Jeremy Burns. Yikes! I know some of you fans out there are thinking he'll bring it back. Right now, Jeremy Burns sitting way back here in the 21st position. So he has decided to come down and he pit on lap 30 as well. This might be a good strategy call. Aside from the rest of his team, nobody else on his team decided to pit the time he did. So he is the only one out of Element X Racing that has decided to join and do that strategy here.
Now that's interesting. I mean, on a super speedway, a lot of times you say that unless you're in, in with somebody else, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, Let's rotate back up front where I think we're kind of fighting around a 3-wide area again. I mean, this has got to be getting old. If you're Trevor Keith, you're kind of getting pretty annoyed with this happening to the side of you here. As these guys shoot down into 3. Looks like Raiders trying to keep it off the wall. That's okay. There's definitely some side door draft he's fighting there from Grant Thorpe. Running up the back side here of Trevor Keith, trying to work his way on through. Loveland gives it a kiss off the wall here in the back, as that's going to allow Michael Bennett in the 14 machine to take advantage here. Bennett moves up to 10th spot. Grant Thorpe now 9th. Robert Rader flies up to 8th, but he's continuing his charge. He's not satisfied yet. Trying to see if he can get around Trevor Keith here, but man, right now that 53 machine, he's on a roll here, but he's getting way too tight coming out of the turn. Boy, this is a fight here. Look at Grant Thorpe definitely getting the lean on, trying to dig into this turn here. Matthew Robinson on the outside of Trevor Erhardt, and right now, great battles all over the track here, Stella.
Yeah, three wide here. We've got people down below the apron. They do need to remember, do not pass while you're down there. You can go down, play your lottery ticket about coming back up off that paint, but please do not advance.
Yeah, you've got to be super careful. Last thing you want to do is get kicked back for something like that here, but let's take a look, as it looks like Trevor Erhardt rubbing alongside Matthew Robinson. Caleb Gilbert. Oh, Travis Gilbert's in trouble, and now Tay McDonald takes advantage. Outside line, here he comes. Can he hold it as he rotates on through? Almost scrubs the wall. We are 3 wide heading to the line, and Tay McDonald looks like he is going to capitalize here. 4 wide, here we go. Robert Rader putting his card on the table, saying it's my turn, as he is right next to Romney. Romney sliding. We've got a great camera angle here. We are looking at Caleb Gilbert on the bottom, who was originally 2nd place, has fallen bound to 8th. And Romney all over the track. Now Parker Johnston sending it up dead center. Moves to the outside, and now the guys are clumping together as they fire into 3. Tay McDonald finally getting the lead here, and he's going to try to pull away from Travis Gilbert. And it looks like everything is calm and cool here for the top 2. But for 3rd will be Matthew Robinson and Robert Rader side by side here. Robinson may fall here to Rader if he can drop off the table, bring it high enough. It looks like Robinson's going to give him some room, and Rader's going to keep flying on through. So Rader, right now, man, especially after the last year's win, right now this is kind of what we saw from last year. The same exact run here, as he's setting this thing up and rolling on through. Trevor Erhardt giving a huge push there to Matthew Robinson, trying to keep this ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm loving the back and forth here up front. Nice clean racing. Again, though, we still have representatives from almost every team. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome as well for Tay McDonald here on the outside. Travis Gilbert trying to stick a fender in him here, trying to hold him off. Tay McDonald's pushes just a little bit harder to see if he can get something going here. Rader using the draft, as he's now going to get in for it. He's sitting 3rd. Now he's going to see if he can get 2nd. Oh yeah. Gives Tay McDonald a good push here as they head into 3. Get a good overhead view here, as right now Rader has taken the lead away from Tay McDonald. I expect Rader to rotate up the track. Yeah. Gives him a good cutoff there. Tay's going to cross him over. Down to the bottom. Look how no one hangs out. Gives Rader the time of day there. Now slides back underneath. Tay McDonald has the lead, but for how long? Tay has got to ride up the track to get on through. Perfect job here right now for the Go for Broke racing team.
Yeah, and Matthew Robinson is right on the tail of Robert Rader. He's, I thought for a second there, going to draft with him, but he just could not, couldn't quite keep up with him until I see Erhardt there giving him a little bit of extra juice himself.
Yeah, well, Erhardt gets out of sorts there as he pushed, obviously, Matthew Robinson. Robinson trying to see if he can fly on around, but has nowhere to go as Rader's still in front of him here. Definitely starting to be the gum on the bottom of his shoe here. He's not really enjoying this spot. So as we see Erhardt roll on through, gives Matthew Robinson another shove. So let me tell you right now, that number 21 machine of Trevor Erhardt is not going to take much more of that. And we've seen him time and time again. Every time he gets a good run, give somebody a nudge. He's kind of hinting, hey, buddy, move or get out of the way. So getting out of the way is going to be Tay McDonald as Travis Gilbert takes the lead over again. And Stella, the top 5 right now are making this race possible, and this is fantastic. Robinson catches the edge of Rader's quarter panel there. Fantastic save there by the 53 machine. He handles it, gets it collected, no damage to the car, and still charging on. Does lose a good bit of speed there, but I assure you that is going to be repaid.
I am not sure there's no damage to the car. He hit that wall with authority.
Yeah, we'll take a look and see if I can find any drone footage out there of Rader's car and see if we can find something going on. Yeah, we might be okay. So far, so good here on the right rear side. Little paint missing off the right front.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, no hood wrinkles, so we're solid.
Yeah, he might be all right. Let's get back in the air here where Travis Gilbert leads the race. Tay McDonald falling off by about a quarter of a second, and everything's calm for now. Let's rotate on back where some of our other drivers are trying to kill each other here in the back. Right now, it looks like Caleb Gilbert battle alongside, looks like, I believe, Trevor Keith there on the top line. So the 15 and the 54 Ford going at it here. And who's lurking in the back? James Loveland, there he is. So now let's see. He's going to go ahead and looks like he's going to line up behind Trevor Keith, give him a push down, and it had to push Keith confidently into 3, but Jeffrey Israel's going to block him up. Keith on the brakes, lets off a little bit. That's going to cost him. That's going to allow Caleb Gilbert to slide right back underneath and battle again as Caleb Gilbert slides in front, and now Trevor Keith's got to settle for 12.
Yeah, isn't Loveland right about where he started out?
All right, taking a look over top the bar, eye in the sky of Ted Wreckage, saying it was about 3 feet in net code after they were looking at that touch. So it looks like Robinson maybe didn't touch Rader at all, and a little iRacing special for those two guys, and that's going to actually give Rader the worst part of it. Now it looks like Rader has already overcome that as Robinson has fallen down to 7th now. Still not too bad as he's now to 8th, almost up into the wall. Very, very careful. He's got to be super careful, and the reason I say that is the marbles are going to start building up on the track, and the last thing he wants to do is slide up into those marbles, and he will be biting into the wall. So 14 positions gained by Matthew Robinson as he sits 6th here, and he continues this charge right now. So far, so good, but something might be going wrong here with Grant Thorpe. Bad timing here as he's riding on the bottom of the track, drops down to 9th here. And it looks like, not too good here for TriStar Motorsports as Blake Cook sitting back in the 15th position and Grant Thorpe has at least got a top 10 roll here.
Yeah, he seemed to be kind of stranded out there. It's like the old days when all of a sudden Jeff Gordon would take off and everybody would be behind him, no problem, and then they would just suck into the line and he'd watch him go back 17 places until he could get back in.
Yeah, Trevor Erhardt definitely moving on through here. As you kind of see, I'm so amazed at how Travis Gilbert is driving away with this one. I think he may have been robbed in the last race he had here. If I remember right, he was super, super fast, so this may be his to lose. Trevor Erhardt trying to reel him in, though. He's about three quarters of a second behind. Michael Bennett, not too bad, 11 positions. Gaines sitting 3rd. Tay McDonald's 4th, and Rader now sits 5th. But that may be short-lived, as right now it looks like Tay McDonald is battling on the outside there with Matthew Robinson. Those two team up and push him on through and see if they can get Tay out in front to keep it away from too wide here. Tay McDonald still hanging in there. He could definitely use a top 5 here tonight, as Michigan definitely gives drivers the opportunity. But look how Rader's using the door draft here to keep from falling back. So close. And right now, Logan Romney trying to see if he can throw his hat into the ring. So where does Logan Romney come into this play here, Stella, as we see him fighting here on the outside in front of Grant Thorpe sitting 7th?
Hey, we see him. Yeah, they're trying. They're sticking together. They're being, good teams, good teammates, good clean racing. Ooh, we're almost going 3 wide again.
Yeah, you can see Logan Romney's eyes there. He's having to shift around because he's got cars all around him here, trying to keep that car under control here. Not too bad there by Logan Romney. He's going to be pushed by Parker Johnston. Right now, Terry out there is asking who out there, the leading contenders for the first-time winner bounty. I believe Travis Gilbert will be our first one here on the run to get a shot at this. Taking a quick look. Yes, he will be our first guy.
Robinson would also be a contender.
Yes.
I mean, if we're just kind of looking at top 5.
Yeah, that would be. I think cool thing would be is to put banners on the bottom of these guys' noses, but that is normally set for playoffs. As right now we are watching definitely some shuffling up here, Stella, as Caleb drops to the bottom here at Grant Thorpe, but I don't want to knock out Jeffrey Israel, who's sitting down there in that 12th position. Man, he is in a bad spot right now on the outside. Brandon Dunford here. And now moving back up front, where I think we've got some guys shuffling around, and the reason why, we're heading down pit. So drivers heading down pit. Travis Gilbert, Matthew Robinson, Parker Johnston, Logan Romney, and Dylan Smoot working their way down. That is going to put Trevor Erhardt finally into the spot he's been chasing here all night, as he's going to lead Robert Rader by 2.5 seconds. Right now, that 21 machine's got to stay on a solid roll here as we reach the halfway point of this race.
Yeah, and coming in at 190 miles an hour down to 55 miles per hour on this pit road. I saw Dylan back there locking them up. Let's watch your speed, fellas.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to have to see how they slow down right now. Trevor Erhardt doing his slowdown. Grant Thorpe, he's going to stay out as the rest of the drivers are coming down. Rader, Caleb Gilbert, Justice Murphy, Jeffrey Israel, Michael Bennett. Just to name a couple going down, that's going to leave Grant Thorpe, James Loveland, Brandon Dunford, Jeremy Burns, finally getting here into the top 5 right now, and Daniel Holloway sitting 5th. So a lot of these guys, they've still got to pit. As we can see, Tay McDonald in the 26 machine trying to keep rolling here. Now, Tay is already pit back there on lap 49. He'll be trucking on around Grant Thorpe there. Nice fresh set of tires, and you're going to see why. Round Tay goes as we're watching the leader of Grant Thorpe working his way on down pit road. And Brandon Dunford going to get a lead lap here for the Mayhem Motorsports team out front. The rest of the Mayhem Motorsports team, Devin Hudgens and Dylan Smoot, looking for them. Looking to see, I believe, Dylan Smoot right now sitting 27th, a lap down so far. And Hudgens, right now, Hudgens is sitting 20th, still a lap down. But they've got it. The rest of these guys do have to pit. Right now, I'm showing everybody 9th on up from John Fike up has yet to pit. Last time they came down was on lap 30, so the fuel getting tight here as they've got to watch how long they stay out. Alex Forget working his way back down pit road. I'm wondering if something screwy happened with him. Right now, Forget having 4 times down pit. This will be number 5. I don't know if he's got something going on. I see 1 minute of repairs he's had to that machine. That's painful. All right, let's get up here to Jeremy Burns, who's sitting second. Daniel Holloway, for the time being, has gained 25 positions in his 25 machine, sitting third. So led by a Toyota here for the past couple laps, but I'm sure we'll see Ford back in the lead. Definitely either Travis Gilbert or Rader here at some point. I'm not counting out Tay McDonald in his Ford, or Trevor Erhardt Chevrolet, but there's still a possibility as guys are flossing on around lapped cars here, and we're going to find out who is deciding to come down pit road. Brandon Dunford is, but Burns and Holloway stay out. Now remember, Stella, Jeremy Burns came down for a little extra splash of fuel on 30, along with Daniel Holloway. So these guys are going to be able to stretch it out a lot farther than the guys who came on lap 23. So
okay,
we'll see.
But what are we talking about a lot further? 20 laps, 10 laps?
Yeah, he may be able to squeak about another 8 here, which might be just enough. Seeing right now they are the faster ones out there. Jeremy Burns sitting right now with a 40.34 seconds. He's got to start really kind of looking at that time here as he does. Definitely has a chat with his crew chief. Got to lock him up heading into the pit. You see a little smoke off the tires. Barely gets in. As Trevor Erhardt, let's talk about his time. Right now with a 39.33. So right now Trevor Erhardt is exactly 1 second faster than our leader Jeremy Burns. So right now Travis Gilbert will overtake the lead here when he passes Burns and Holloway as they sit down pit. Now let's talk a little bit about the gap as Trevor Erhardt, let's say, there he is. Right on back right now. He's about down by about 2.25 seconds here. And that's going to rotate us back to Robert Rader, who's now sitting third, almost 4 seconds off pace. So this is looking pretty huge here. And a great call there by Travis Gilbert, but how does this fare for the remainder of the race? If we have a caution, all this kind of gets wiped away.
Oh, yeah. But as it stands right now, Travis is sitting pretty.
Yeah, let's rotate back where I see a little bit of a battle here Justice Murphy, remember, he was in a little bit of a tangle up there back on lap 29. Part of a yellow flag out there with Brandon Dunford. It looks like Murphy's cleaned up his act here, but he is dropping down to now 11th. So here we come, Blake Cook on the inside of him now, and Stella, this is looking pretty wild here. We still fighting visuals?
Yes, but it is, I'd say, 25% better than it was. But it is crystal out there on YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and crank it up to 1080p. It will. This broadcast will support that, and it is beautiful.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely the good stuff now. Where you're not being limited here by Twitch. I am only broadcasting to YouTube now and then sharing it to Facebook to bring you guys the best visuals that we can out there. Let's get a little bit of a crank it up here. Say it. Ooh, pretty. So keep on going here. Right now, Justice Murphy here, 11th place for him. Right now, check out the kind of where our cars are out there. We've got at least 4 Fords here in the top 5, and we've got Chevrolets all the way back to 12th position.
Interesting, because Ford holds all the speed records for Michigan. Did you know that? Both Cup, Xfinity, and the Truck Series.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I know they're pretty strong out there on the super speedways.
Always good for that crap.
Yeah, Brandon Dunford right now is the only Toyota. Finally, 12th position for him. Looks like he gets in between Parker and Blake Cook there. Keeping an eye as it looks like Justice Murphy's about to be in some trouble here. Parker reeling him in, trying to see if he's going to make a pass, and it's not. Travis Gilbert still leading the race. Trevor Erhardt is second, and Robert Rader remains third here in the race. Stella, this is looking pretty, almost looks like a runaway here for Travis Gilbert.
Yeah, I don't see any hazards coming up for him, except maybe that next pit. Ooh. Sorry. Except for that next pit stop. I'm actually able to read the numbers on the cars for a minute.
Yeah. I'll take a look. Brandon Dunford in the 56 machine trying to take a peek there. We saw him just mash the wall there. I guess he didn't like the way the right side of his car was looking, so he's going to flatten it out there just a little bit.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, I guess so. Justice Murphy is still falling down. He came in on lap 51, but Brandon Dunford came down on 54, so definitely a quick little shuffle up as both of these guys got in a tussle back on lap 29. So a couple of guys trying to shift it on around here just a little bit.
Getting a little loose, too.
Yeah, we'll see if I do want to see if we can find a section of the broadcast that I haven't done in a long time here. And see if we can kind of shuffle this up here a little bit from what guys haven't seen out there. Let's see if we can come up with something here. You see your driver session. I haven't done this in a long time. Let's see if we can find it here. Get on through. We should be looking for Matthew Robinson out there. There he is.
Right.
Alrighty, everybody. And once we cycle through all our drivers, we'll cut to commercial, and then we'll be right back.
our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
It's no secret the real estate market can be a little tricky to figure out. In the Oklahoma City area, you need the experts at the Erhardt Group to guide you. We're one of the top-rated real estate teams in all of Oklahoma. We can help you buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And we've got a dedicated farm and ranch division too. The Erhardt Group, for all your Oklahoma real estate needs, and proud to be a sponsor of the Simtrax Racing broadcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys hanging out for the chat out from all of our sponsors, especially Chapman Environmental Services, Ultimate Siding and Gutters, Butt Kicker, and the all-known Erhardt Group. Appreciate you guys joining us here tonight at Simtrax Broadcasting for the Erhardt Group 200 at Michigan. We are actually off next week as we head to Watkins Glen following that one being starting on 8:23. Drivers are going to take a break, definitely kind of have a woo-saw moment, recollect their thoughts, and give another shot at this race and this series. As drivers here tonight are trying their best to win this race because we are coming down to the wire. This is only the third race before we get to the playoffs. So we have Michigan, we move off week. We've got Watkins Glen, and we finish off with Daytona. It's going to be definitely a dicey one. Stella, we are looking at 23 laps to go. Drivers are coming down pit road so late in the game here. Christopher Schaefer and Kevin Orlando working their way down. What happens next? As we see some of them are just thinking, man, I've got to pit, I've got to get tires, and we got to get back out there.
Yeah, I'd have to say sooner the better, because I hate to see them come back and try in the last 20 laps to make up 20 places.
Yeah, 20 places of 20 seconds. Right now, Jeremy Burns out front right now from a couple of drivers that are down pit. I believe he is the last one standing out there who is yet to pit. Right now, Brandon Dunford, Daniel Holloway, and Tyler Harrison are down pit now, actually working their way out as we speak. And Travis Gilbert sitting right now in second place. He's going to be in some trouble here as Travis Gilbert 27 seconds behind, and he's going to be trying to run him down. But with 39-second laps here laid down by Travis Gilbert, he's got to be on a roll here as looks like Rader's going to be the only one that will be able to even closely see the spec of his car, as he'll be almost 7 seconds behind Travis Gilbert. Travis Gilbert might be walking away here with $25.
That would be true. My curiosity is Burns has done a whole bunch of off-cycle pitting. There's no chance he's getting to the end. Nope, never mind. He just went in.
Yeah. Now Jeremy Burns is down pit, and he's working his way out now. 4 tires and fuel. The number 9 Ford of Jeremy Burns, as he marches on down, he'll be out of our top 10 in just a moment. But I give it to him for the college try here, to give it a shot to off-cycle pit. I mean, right now, if he ends up working his way out, and if there's a caution, he'll actually be the one on top. He'll have more fuel, he'll have the fresher tires, but he's got a lot more way to fight his way back to the front. We have not had a caution since lap 29 here at Michigan, as we are led by Travis Gilbert, Robert Rader all the way back here at the start-finish line. But I don't want to kind of knock Robert Rader here. He is sitting second place, just unfortunately 7.5 seconds off pace. Grant Thorpe is looking for a solid third, but Trevor Erhardt is following closely behind, as the battle is much closer here between third and at least fifth place, where Grant Thorpe, Trevor Erhardt, Caleb Gilbert, and it looks like James Loveland, and don't knock out Matthew Robinson. So I correct myself, third through seventh is actually a lot closer than most of our field.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be some shuffling going on here, because these are all a bunch of go-getters in this group.
Yeah, already a couple of go-getters rotate actually back to Trevor Keith back here. Trevor Keith trying to get something going on here. He's been kind of in a couple scuffles here most of this race, as we're taking a look at the 15 machine of Trevor Keith. He's got a couple battles going on behind him. Jeffrey Israel, Jeremy Burns, and Parker Johnston going at it. Burns working his way on the outside line, and Trevor Keith, we've seen him blasted a couple of times. But, I kind of question here, what we're seeing, Stella. Where's Tay McDonald?
I don't know.
Yeah, Tay McDonald
Where
is
did he
actually
go?
kind of off the reservation here, down to
19th,
19th.
yeah.
Yeah, right now that is not a very good, I don't know if it's pit strategy. Something happened down pit lane. He was
That's what I
down
was
pit
gonna
lane
ask.
53 seconds.
Ooh.
While everybody
Yeah.
else was down 43 seconds. So I don't know if he spun or he couldn't get going. But he has lost a lot of positions here, so a caution would work out really well for him. As Rader is now falling to 8.5 seconds. Travis Gilbert on a roll here. And I think he's got this thing all but won. Let's see if we got a battle here for a second. As Rader, outside line here. Yeah, Grant Thorpe's got it. Now, does that mean Rader's under attack? Yes, he is. Matthew Robinson, who was originally working with him here, Robinson gives him a shove outside line. Does Rader give up on him? He does. Pulls away from Rader. Rader's now going to side up with Trevor Erhardt. Erhardt rotates up to the top. Boy, this is definitely a mix-up here, and this could ruin somebody's night in a heartbeat.
Yes, that and everybody behind him if they're not careful. Ooh.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys trying to shuffle it around here, seeing if they can move on through. Gilbert still leading this one, 9 seconds out front now. And I give it to Travis Gilbert, no help out there, just actually driving his own race. Right now we're watching Robinson on the outside of James Loveland. Loveland was actually working along with all these guys once they're in a straight line, but now it's the battle for really second through seventh, as obviously Travis Gilbert's driven away with this one. Each turn he picks up a quarter of a second.
Yeah,
Boy.
Loveland's actually taken a. Ooh, I feel like I'm behind. There you go. Good job. Give him a push. I was just, thank you, gonna say that he took over third place from Rader.
Trying to see if we can find a good angle here. Is James Loveland following behind Grant Thorpe. Raider.
Ooh.
Looks like he gets nudged right there. Looks like, yeah, I think
Little
Trevor
Erhardt.
Erhardt trying to send a little message there to the 53 machine to get out of his way. These guys are going to be some of your top drivers heading into the playoffs. And already
Wow.
out there in the chat, Terry's out there saying at the risk of jinxing things, these guys have really cleaned up the cautions in the past couple of weeks. I believe we only had 6 there at Richmond, and we've only had really, I believe, 2 tonight. 15 laps to go. Robinson on the outside. He's going to see if he can run down Caleb Gilbert and company. But he's got a little bit of work to do, as right now we're watching the shove up here toward the front. Loveland is in the lead as Travis Gilbert has come down pit on lap 85.
Oh.
Travis Gilbert is now 21st here in the run. Wow.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I was just noticing that. I thought I saw him saying pit, but I thought he may have been just coming too close to the lane.
My. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. These guys having to come down so late, coming back out so far behind. And I mean, I've seen Raider come up 12 spots, in a course of a few laps, but that's pretty much behind the 8 ball.
Yep. Well, in the top 10, the one who's been out there the longest is Trevor Erhardt right now. He came down on pit about lap 74. So he should have enough fuel to make it. 25 laps should be plenty. But we'll see if that definitely causes any kind of a shuffle up here.
I'll tell you, Loveland being in first, that goes back to him promising Nick that he would win this race for him.
Yes, he did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. As James Loveland leading this one just barely. Grant Thorpe trying to see if he can reel him in here. Loveland might be on a tear right now. Nick Alves is nervous, saying his dad might be winning this one. All right, let's keep a look. Devin Hudgens down pit. Some of these guys are having to come down pit. It's a little unusual. Blake Cook came down 72. Hopefully he's not going to need fuel.
Wouldn't think.
Nope. Keep this one ball rolling here. Alice Forget has been dealing with a lot of damage here tonight. 7 times he's come down pit. Trevor Keith, pit time. Whoa. I'm wondering if we got some guys that have been burning up on fuel. So some of these guys might be sucking fumes here at the end.
Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty close, so we'll keep an eye as we see Trevor Keith in the 15-4 down his way down pit. In his box, already on the way out.
Yeah, seeing them cut down so low, it not giving them really a racing advantage. I'm wondering if that's them taking the clutching in the corners, so to speak, the racing on the apron to save that little bit of gas.
Yeah, it's possible. Right now we're watching Caleb Gilbert. He's passing James Loveland now. We are riding along with Kevin Orlando, who's in danger of going a lap down here, who's sitting 22nd, looking back. This is pretty good so far. Caleb Gilbert trying to see if he can reach out there and grab a hold of Kevin Orlando's draft, and he is. That's going to allow these guys to pick up a boatload of speed here. Kevin Orlando's got to watch where he places his car here, because this is where it gets sketchy. Taking a look out the side now is right now Caleb Gilbert on the bottom line. Right now, Nick Howe says he'd love to see his father win here. Not look like Loveland might have it here, as this is looking pretty tight. As right now we're looking at Caleb Gilbert down on the bottom. James Loveland sitting back here in second now. He's got some work to do to see if he can get back to the front. But there's still plenty of time still. 8 laps to go at the line, and right now, boy, right now the top 5 are at least within striking distance.
Yeah, but I'm taking a look at the cog here, the missing cog in the wheel of Orlando. He could really be friends with Gilbert right at this point and kind of make himself an obstacle for Loveland and Thorpe.
Yeah, that he could. Thorpe is trying to get going here, but the fuel calculator saying he came in on 76. He's probably going to make it. Right now, everybody else is coming on 76. Erhardt's still on 74. I don't know if he's going to make it on fuel here. He may be actually sitting back trying to conserve here. Outside the top 5 is Robinson Rader, Jeremy Burns, Daniel Holloway with 19 positions gained, sitting 9th.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, right in front of, and then trying to catch him is Justice Murphy, but he's about 1.3 seconds behind him.
Both of those fellas caught up in a mess earlier, but look at the top 10. That's nothing to wag your finger at.
Yeah, not too bad. I know a couple drivers would like to break into the top 10. Michael Bennett being one of them. Tay McDonald, we saw he was down there in the 19th positions, fought his way back to 13th here. Still rolling on. He's there with Jeffrey Israel and Logan Romney. So this is actually 13, 14, and 15. Israel getting a little loose coming through the turns. He could use some help with pushing. Alex Forget is multiple laps down. You see him reeling it in the back. Let's move our way back up front as Loveland battling along Grant Thorpe here. And both these guys are about 3/4 of a second down. Should they work together to see if they can catch Caleb Gilbert here?
Absolutely. If they continue to fight with each other, I think they're going to continue to get slower.
Yeah, there's definitely a possibility of a 3 wide heading to the line if they can just get caught up. But it's going to be very difficult as Kevin Orlando is now using Caleb Gilbert to pull away. So they've got to use a little teamwork here to get going. Brandon Dunford is now sitting 5th. Rader came from behind. And Rader's now sitting actually in 5th, fighting for 4th. Sitting behind the fuel calculator. But something tells me something's getting ready to turn up. As Rader had pit lap on 75, he does. Turns it up, doesn't let out of the gas, and slides down to the bottom. So he shuffles himself back out of the top 5. Erhardt still holding solid on a solid 5th place. Brandon Dunford's Toyota doing a fantastic job here, sitting 4th, and Caleb Gilbert's Ford still leading this race by 3/4 of a second.
Do you think Robert could have taken a 2-tire change on the last pit stop?
I do not believe. Yes, 11.2 seconds.
Just wondered, why all of a sudden he was getting squirrely there. Might be a factor.
Yeah, a couple factors out there going on. Let's see if we can find Dylan Smoot. Pit stop.
What a segue.
Yep. Travis Gilbert still fighting up out there, sitting 15th. Logan Romney is 14th, moving on through. Daniel Holloway still 9th here. I'm just. There's something's got to break here, and you would think that as late as some of these guys are pitting, is there something good that's going to happen to our guys here in the front? James Loveland looks like he's finally going to clear Kevin Orlando, but a little too late here.
I don't think anything's going to happen in the front. If anything comes about right now, it's going to be the guys in the back that are coming out of pit road with their brand new tires, and they're going to try to reach for too much. If they get all around and it gets ugly, we get a caution, then we're going to have a shakeup.
Yeah, still trying it here. A couple of drivers still shaking it up. Parker Johnston, 18th position. He shuffles out now. So heading on back he goes down pit road. Looking to see where in the world our guy is out there.
Who's our guy?
I'm looking for Grant Turner. Where's Grant Turner? There he is. I'm going to see where Grant Turner has been all race. Looking pretty good here so far. Let's see if we can get his cam here squared away. Pretty good. I don't think we missed him. I know he's been trying to see if he can fight along. He is actually following behind. Daniel Holloway's in the 9th position right now.
Which I'm very confused because it should be Murphy.
Yeah, Grant Turner's actually a lap down. He's actually back here in that 20th position. So let's get up front here where we see Caleb Gilbert leading this race. James Loveland is 2nd. Grant Thorpe is 3rd.
He is making some inroads. He's less than a second behind now, but this is the final lap.
Yeah, Caleb Gilbert is driving away with this one. I don't think anybody's got anything for him here. Uh-oh.
What? No.
No, I think Caleb Gilbert's blinked out. Yeah, Caleb Gilbert blanked out so bad there. Wigged us out here.
Wow.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yes, it took everything down. Oh, visuals. That's cold.
Yeah, I'll say.
Jeez.
That was
I'm sorry.
awful.
Yeah, it really was.
That was awful. Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen. I will get that squared away because that kind of thing doesn't happen every day. But we're gonna find the final here of the race for you. As this definitely come to an end unusually. Seeing there was a huge blink here in the screen from where Mr. Gilbert had died here on the
Final 100 yards.
yeah, on
basically.
the gearbox here. Let's see if we can take a look here. Yep, that's where he just pulls on through. So it ends up being Caleb Gilbert, James Loveland, Grant Thorpe, Brandon Dunford, Robert Rader ended up in that 5th position. Jeremy Burns, excellent pit call design out there for him. 6th, Daniel Holloway moves up to 7th. Matthew Robinson was 8th. Justice Murphy is 9th, and Michael Bennett came 10th. Travis Gilbert fought up to 12th, and I've got a question. Where did Trevor Erhardt end up on this this run here? Because he seemed a little bit off pace, and why he ended up shuffled out here. And I'm wondering if he ran out of fuel.
Oh, no. Ain't got no gas in it? That would really be terrible.
No, the engine's still running.
RPMs are going down. Speed's going down.
No, the engine's still running though. I think that's the only part that bugs me. I don't know if something happened out there on the track where he got hammered around a good bit.
Don't know.
Yep, not seeing it here.
He's not in gear. Engine's running, but he is not in gear.
I mean, he's still alive back here, so I'm not sure sure what happened here. Definitely an ugly spot here, so there's a good look there at Caleb Gilbert. A race winner here of the night. Let's take a look at our final standings, where everybody landed here. Definitely a nasty, nasty run by some of these guys here. It did not work out the way some had hoped. I'm impressed to see James Loveland come in 2nd. That was
And
pretty.
yes, Erhardt was out of fuel.
Was he?
Yes.
Oh, how was it?
That's painful.
Well,
Aw.
I know it makes you question. How was the engine running? All right.
Would be a question for him on one of those days when he has a podium finish.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead, and you know the drill. Let's go ahead and see if we can find our drivers, and we'll reel them in and have a little conversation and see how their race went. All right, everybody, and we have caught up with our 3rd place finisher here, Grant Thorpe. Apparently, the fuel calculator does follow you here as Trevor Erhardt runs out of fuel. How much fuel did you have here at the end?
I only had about a half lap left. Once I lost the lead after that last pit stop, I started saving a little bit just to be safe to make sure I was good till the end. But another lap, there's no chance. Apparently, some people had a little bit more, but yeah, it was gonna be close.
Talk to me a little bit about your race here. I think we saw you get loose a couple of times. I think you slid out of two real bad one time, and you've made contact with the wall a couple times out of four. How tough is it getting these next-gen cars to stay connected to the track?
It's not bad until you break loose once, and then the tires are basically lava from there on out, and they don't like to stick. So from that point on, you're chasing the back end the rest of the round.
Basically lava.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. I've heard the floor is lava, but that is the first time I've heard about tires lava.
Holy cow. All right, well, normally tires get punished or turn into lava at road courses, which is exactly, I know, what you love to race on. We have a week off upcoming, but we had to head to the Glen, one of my favorite road courses. Talk to me about, where's your strong point there, and how's your team getting set up for it?
My strategy is just survive and hope everyone else kind of makes mistakes, and I kind of make my way through that way. Watkins Glen's kind of a different road course. It's very momentum based opposed to some of the other ones that we run. So it's really easy to kind of try to overdrive the bus stop, something like that, and lose it. So really just kind of my strategy is just try to be consistent and try to get another top 5 out of it. Maybe get lucky and win. I don't know. Justice has been really good on the road courses here as of late. So is Jeremy. So they'll be tough to beat. I'll have to practice a ton over the next 2 weeks. But we'll give it a shot and see if we can't make our way to victory lane.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. I know the Cup standings are kind of coming down. Crunch time, you are top 5, so you got to be feeling pretty comfortable heading into the playoffs. Seeing you've already got a win under your belt. Grant Thorpe, give me a shout-outs here, buddy.
It's my teammates, unfortunately, only had one make it this week. Family stuff is kind of taken over for 2 of them, so I wish they were here, but hope they're doing well. And then you guys, of course, always doing such a great job week in, week out.
Yeah. All right, Grant Thorpe.
Thank
we
you.
Just
can,
gotta give you guys some love.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. You wouldn't believe there's some people that don't even say anything, man. They don't have to, but I appreciate it. Grant Thorpe and the 77 machine, the fuel calculator prevails. 3rd place finish. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Can you see you can't stand the fuel calculator problem? Oh man, he's getting annoyed with that. Let's move on to James Loveland. Stella, I think you've caught up with James. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, Mr. Loveland, that was quite a race you had.
Yeah, little frustrated. Wish I got that win there. I kind of held back there at the end a little bit to save fuel and a little bit of tire, and then I went to charge and just a little too late.
Too little, too late is the story of a lot of fellas. But you did manage to surpass the fuel calculator. Said he only had a half a lap to go. How was your fuel? Were you still, ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have made another lap. So.
Oh, you
I'm
were
glad I
that
made it.
close too.
Yeah, we were. I think Grant and Caleb were on the same pit strategy as I was. We were all like on the line. So. Yeah, that's why I kind of backed off a little bit from the lead, because I was like, man, I was like 0.3 to the good, and I just wanted to take it easy and then charge back up. But yeah, unfortunately, just too short. But I mean, still solid points. They gotta take it.
Well, it didn't help much that Orlando was there in front of you, and it kind of gave you a little bit of extra slalom to go around. Now, Nick Alves is out there, was hoping to see you win this. Is there going to be any words because you only made second?
Yeah, well, I promised him a win, but he wanted a 6th place, and I got a 2nd. So yeah, enjoy that, Nick.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Tire Slayer Racing's got to be happy to have you back, and actually had a full, between Parker Johnston and Trevor and Christopher Schaefer, you guys made some good points tonight. So congratulations. And we're off to Watkins Glen, the Simtrax Watkins Glen next week. Whoops, excuse me. Week
Maybe.
off. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, actually my home track, so gotta look forward to
Ooh.
that. And that's the only road course on iRacing that I actually have a win on. So yeah,
Oh,
looking
yay.
forward to it. And yeah, we'll see how we do. I mean, obviously I just gotta get as much points as I can. I can't, make any stupid moves. So we'll see what
Well,
happens. But
you're
yeah.
in it now, but you're just barely in it. So, yep, you gotta show up well. But it'll be nice to see some competition for our regular road course guys that we usually see up front there. So give us your shout outs, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, shout out to you guys as always on the broadcast. Shout out to the league. That was some great racing tonight. Just came up a little short. Shout out to my team, Trevor, Parker, and Chris. We had a pretty good run tonight. I mean,
Yeah.
looked pretty solid, so I'm happy with that. And shout out to the race sponsor, the Erhardt Group, for sponsoring this race, and all the other sponsors as well.
All right.
Yeah, James Loveland, man, just barely over the points, but we should be able to see you race like you should have last season. Congratulations on the second place finish. We'll catch you in a couple weeks.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
All right, that's going to do it there for James Loveland. And moving us to Caleb Gilbert, which destroys all hopes of guys coming away with $25 tonight. Talk to me about this race here, buddy.
Oh, Harry Erhardt, come on, man. Give me a little bit. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was a really interesting race. It's way different than what you see sometimes. Pretty similar to Pocono, and that falls kind of right on in the wheelhouse. So had a lot of fun out there, and things fell my way.
Dude, the wins just keep coming for the Element X racing team. I got Spidey senses tell me you guys are gonna get broken apart again if this keeps going.
Oh no, one admin. That's the rules. We got Rob. He does the work. Let us be. We can't do that to Jeff. We just can't do that. I won't stand for it this time.
Dude, this can't keep happening. I mean, but I think combined, Raider has 4, Jeremy Burns has 4. This will make your 4th. So you guys have combined at least 12 races out of this season going to the same team here. It starts taking the wind out of the sails of some of these other drivers out there going, man, what is it going to take to beat that Chapman Environmental Services team? And here at Michigan, you were showing exactly the patient waiting game pays off.
Oh yeah, and it usually does. This is a situation where there's a lot of guys in this league, has a lot of speed. I mean, you saw today Travis was quick, Tay was quick. A lot of guys were quick, but there's kind of a race inside of a race. And, my whole team, we were discussing strategy, how much fuel we got to save. And then, fortunately for us, with the way things fell, Trevor was in 3rd. He's short. Tay and Travis were way short. So, they just got to, if they catch up to those little things, won that race. That he had such a big lead that he could have probably saved maybe 2 laps and still had it. It would have been close. But with him pushing on that first run, didn't really have a shot there. So shout out to him, though. He had a lot of speed. Feel bad for him. It's a clean race by everybody as well.
Man, you are the Erhardt Group 200 winner here tonight at Michigan, but we head to Watkins Glen here after a week off. Confidence level heading into a road course for you.
Oof, I've really improved the last couple of road courses. Had some bad luck in some. My pace has been either somewhat at the top 3, or I'm in that 4 to 6 area, and it's just keeping the car clean, get a good finish. So I'm not the most confident at the Glen. There's a few technical corners that aren't my strong suit, but I'll work with the fellas, and we'll get a strategy lined up there and give it all we got.
Shout out time.
Shout out time. Of course, on the hood of the car, once again at Victory Lane, Chapman Environmental. Thanks for them sponsoring us as a whole. Hope we made them proud. Simtrax Broadcasting, you guys in the booth. A short day today. You guys going to be able to rest up after this one, not holding you for 2 or 3 hours. Ultimate Siding and Gutters, Butt Kicker, Coastal Financial. Missed Nick tonight. Hope he's watching. That one was for you, Nick Alves. And then, of course,
He's watching. He's
he
out
watching?
there. Yes, he is.
I'm going to go back and watch if he wasn't cheering me on. It's going to be words. It's going to be words.
Uh-oh. Well, you better look up the dictionary. You're gonna be in it now.
Here we go.
Caleb Gilbert, fantastic job tonight, man. You really kind of show us how to race these super speedways and those 1.5 mile cookie cutters. Congratulations.
Yep, appreciate y'all.
Yep. All right, everybody, that is Caleb Gilbert with the win here tonight. James Loveland ended up second, gaining 11 positions for his placement in his Chevrolet, and Grant Thorpe up 12 for his. Biggest mover of the race was none other than Daniel Holloway, who moved up 21 positions, landing him in 7th tonight. So newcomer to the league, but he's showing he can hang with the best, and I can't wait to see what way they can do for the next round. But Stella, we are looking at a 1 week off. Next time we will see everybody will be which date? Should be the 26th, 23rd. 23rd is when we will see everybody for Watkins Glen. Definitely one of my favorite road courses out there. The bus stop, the carousel, the S-turns. It's hard to find a spot of that turn or that entire track where turn 1 isn't the absolute backbreaker of some other drivers out there. Stella, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I loved this race. I saw actual racing and not pacing. Let's keep it up, and the week off, practice.
Oh yeah, well, they're gonna have to. Definitely plenty of opportunities for guys to grow and move on. I can't wait to see other drivers kind of make up the ground they've been actually owed here almost. As you know, Tay McDonald being one of them, 22nd, but glad to see him back here with the Racing Revolution League. But that's going to do it for us here at Simtrax Broadcasting. Tune in tomorrow with the Doghouse Racing League, or tune in 2 weeks from now to catch the Racing Revolution League at Watkins Glen. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll catch all you guys next time.